Shalom Aleichem to the 12 tribes of Yasharal that are scattered worldwide. We're not lost, but scattered. And hey to the Gentiles that are following after Yah's righteousness. Y'all been asking my opinion on IG. Shout out to people that send me stuff on IG or whatever when y'all want to give, my opinion on stuff. But y'all been asking my opinion about Coffee Girl and Cheesecake Factory Lady. Okay. I have to get into this because I feel like this is a modesty lesson. Modesty means fleeing vanity. And I wanted to talk about this from a classy woman perspective and from, just a perspective of a melanated woman who is not interested in the stereotypical type of thing. So this is why I want to speak on this, especially Cheesecake Factory lady. Like, woo. Okay, so let me start off by saying that there's nothing wrong with you having standards and wanting what you want. But there is a fine line when you cross the line into vanity, delusional, and basically rude, okay? A lot of women do not get what they want in life because of not knowing how to go about getting it, right? So when I first watched the video of the lady saying, somebody that looked like all of this and, going to the Cheesecake Factory, like, what would people think about me and all of this other stuff? And I'm just looking at her like, I had to reel it back in because I'm like, the audacity. And a lot of these women, due to social media, do this foolishness. They are very haughty and high-minded. This is why the Most High said the daughters of Zion are haughty and high-minded. And they have a false sense of confidence. This is not to say you cannot be confident and you cannot feel beautiful. But social media is lying to a lot of these people and has these people in alternate realities. Filters, makeup, hair, weave. Have women who are not really all of that looking, feeling like they're moving in the all of that type of vibe. And it's just not you, boo. And even me personally, because I move around different elements and different channels that I have, right? I have a home decor channel where I teach you homemaking and stuff like that. I have my Modesty channel and I have my pop culture channel. I have literally seen girls get beside themselves, and I'm looking at the most, like when I see some of them, I'm looking at the most basic female that is just basic on steroids, right? I mean, it's lackluster. It's nothing. But and it's just the modesty lesson of today. And this is not to be disrespectful to women. I'm telling you, I love my sisters. You gotta play up your strengths and know what your lane is when it comes to stuff, right? That vanity stuff will get you in a situation that you don't want to be in. And a lot of this comes from this attitude that this lady was displaying, comes from social media and the bad bee culture that they try to merchandise and sell to the women. And it has women being high-minded and getting beside themselves. Because when I looked at this lady, and this is not me being disrespectful, I swear, I don't believe that beauty is subjective and all this stuff they like to say. There are some women that are breathtakingly gorgeous. There are some girls that are pretty. There are some girls that are cute and all right. And then there's some girls that, ma'am, you not ugly, but you not, you're not moving in the 10 range. And this is why I showed y'all on the video how the lady lost her husband due to vanity, is because vanity has some of these females' head gone in high-minded state. And King Riches on the video that I played y'all from his channel, he showed y'all the statistics of why girls that are not necessarily as attractive, they still feel super attractive because women just naturally have more options. So these women with the filters and the sorcery and the stuff that they're doing, they feel like they can move in lanes that they're not really able to move in. Now, the reason why I'm setting the stage for this, because sometimes tough love have to happen, okay? It's nothing wrong with you being basic, okay? Because a basic woman could get a man that is on her same speed, right? When you start playing the same way as a woman will tell men, when they start playing out of their league, that's how they get played. Like men who want them bad bees, but they don't have the money or the clout to get them bad bees, and they're just average everyday dudes who are not all of that. That's how they feel some type of way, because they're playing out of their league. You have to play within the league that you are in, and that is being honest and truthful about yourself. I meet a lot of women that are truthful about themselves, right? You just have to keep it real. Like, some women know they triple threats. They got it together. They are that they that girl, and they got it together. They know that. And I'm not talking about a false confidence of, like I said, I'm not really talking about artificial stuff, because there's some women that are killing it, no artificial. Their personality is good, their looks is good. This is where it came from with the Plain Jane versus Pretty Girl, because that right there was crazy to me, because it's like, ma'am, if you got to feel pretty because you got on somebody else's hair, somebody else's face, you really not pretty then. So it's like, these is the same type of girls with that mindset from that video that feel like they're entitled to more than what they should be entitled to, feel higher than they are in society due to social media having them see girls that probably are 10s, and some of the 10s ain't really 10s, they just had help from surgery. Okay, so they're seeing these girls that portray this lifestyle of luxury and really not seeing the dark side of it, where these women are y'all know what goes on with them, some of them IG girls, or those girls are really not working hard or working to get it. So girls that got natural bodies, a natural face, they wear their own hair, or they just work hard to get things and not really having to give themselves to a man to obtain these things, they feel like something is wrong with them. I'm tired of these type of females existing in society. I'm tired of them, yo. I'm tired of them. And this lady, you could tell she was a participant in bad bee culture, because she got beside herself with this Cheesecake Factory mess. And I already knew her shape was going to be off when I seen her with her boobs in the camera like this. Because typically, when the shape is off, they want you to just pay attention to the face in the chest area. See, we having a real talk conversation. Because I'm tired of these type of ladies, because these type of women that they are putting out there, or that's participating in this bad bee culture, is making it bad for other melanated women or so-called black women out there, because it's feeding into the stereotype of, oh, they're attitudinal, oh, this, they don't know how to act. They're feeding into that. So it really disgusted me when I saw the video, and she was like, I can't believe this. Ma'am, you had on $1.99 probably Kaneka lawn hair. Them earrings was looking cheap. The face was looking, I mean, even with the makeup, the face wasn't even elevated to the level 10, and you carry it on like this. This is what I said, ladies, play up your strengths. You don't have to act like you an arrogant prick to try to feel like you're this. This is what I said. That stuff causes possession. That's why I'm so vexed even talking about it, because I already know that causes that diva spirit. This is why a lot of these women is single, from that diva spirit. A diva ain't a female version of a hustler. You gonna hustle your behind out of a relationship. So basically, what I was saying is, you could tell it was a mess, where maybe because she mentioned hypergamy, and why that's very important. She mentioned hypergamy, and she was on a date with a Gentile. So we already know she probably seemed like the type that probably watch a bunch of that divestment content, and thinks that that's where the bag is, due to the curses that's going on in the community with the melanated men in the Yasharelite community and all of that stuff. You know, a lot of our brothers got to break free from that, and there, you know, it's judgments on a lot of them, and you know, much love to the brothers that's walking in righteousness. But you know, a lot of women, they think, okay, well, I'm treated like this over on this side, and you know, I don't want to do the struggle love like Tyler Perry and the light bill, so let me go on over here to the Gentile life and think that that's where the bag is going to be, not realizing the history of how these people, and I'm not talking about, oh, just taking the man out of the home and all of that stuff, like, not that, where the Torah and the apostle, even Paul, talked about how for a Yasharelite woman, it was better for these women to be single than to try to match themselves with a Gentile. So, you know, that you have to think about those things. We come from different cultures, and perpetual hate is a real thing. Now, that's not to say all Gentile people feel that way, because we know some of them feel differently, but there are some people that they do perpetually hate people. Okay, so it already was given that she probably is a participant of that divestment kind of culture, because she was mentioning hypergamy. Now, when you mention hypergamy, we must get into the obvious. We must get into the obvious. Rich men want access to women that are the tens. Let's just be honest about that. Let's be honest about that. And if they don't, it's probably a legacy woman that is good for image that they're marrying. And it's just kind of like, okay, this is good for my image type of woman. This woman did not present like that at all. So it doesn't appear like she was a legacy woman, and it did not appear that she was the tens. And then on top of that, you're on the date. Not to say that you have to, not have standards, because that's not what I'm saying. But on top of the date, you're talking about all of what you want, but you have not worked on any of the inner things to make yourself attractive to somebody. And on top of that, it looked like she was, quite older. I'm not trying to be funny about that, but that is a factor. So you're talking about hypergamy, and there's steps to hypergamy. Hypergamy comes with a lot of men with that money. They want a younger, hot female. Like, let's just be honest. Probably the plastic looking females that they could have access and fun to, and they can have that transactional relationship with, where they could have a variety of whatever flavor of the week they want. So, and also, like I said, dealing with hypergamy, you'll also be dealing with a man that, like I said, may get with a woman via legacy. Kind of like the union of, like, for example, of legacy and legacy, like Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott King. Like, very, very good, power-looking relationship for image. You know what I'm saying? So that sort of thing is what I think about when I think about those things. Or if y'all remember, Legally Blonde, how Elle's boyfriend was messing with her. So she was the girl, the fun girl, and he really wasn't taking her serious. But, wealthy guy, really wasn't taking Elle Woods serious. But he paired himself, after he was done having fun, with the legacy girl in college. So that's something you have to think about when it comes to hypergamy. And then there's also the type of girls that they're into, as far as some men like to feel like they are it. So to women, and that woman might be somebody that is not as educated as him, is not as financially equipped as him. So women have to think about these things when it comes to hypergamy. And you have to be appealing as far as your personality. It's not all about looks and you feeling like a bad bee. All of the bad bees that you see, a lot of them don't have a man. A lot of them are not in committed relationships. Now, you have to determine, are they getting, they're getting funds, and they're probably getting flued out and used like a used tampon? Probably, absolutely. Absolutely. And a lot of them, that's all they want. They want the bags, the trips, and the stuff. But then it's a certain time where, you know, after messing with so many dudes, that soul tie stuff starts to eat away at their conscience and their soul and all of that. So that goes down that lane of destruction. But it comes a point, even if you want to talk that hypergamy stuff, it's nothing wrong with you wanting not to be in struggle love. But you cannot be a nasty, just who do you think I am? And ma'am, they'll leave you right there. You will be single. You'll be single, ma'am, and play around, because you're not all of that in the looks department. And a lot of women just need to keep it real. Like, she wasn't all of that in the looks department. The personality was nasty. So now we at 2. What make you think a man would want to sit on a date with you when he can go and find somebody that is compatible with his lifestyle that he's trying to live? And then the guy, I have to talk about the guy because I'm gonna go back and listen to the thing, but let me find out old buddy was trying to get a little physical early and was expecting something, because then we're gonna have a conversation about buddy. And a lot of these people that be linking up in this modern age are into that hookup culture. So a lot of melanated women, you have to be very on guard and careful, because you may be looking for something serious, and the media has these demons like the sexy reds and these folks portraying that you're just this. The image of melanated women is just, you just like hookup culture, you're promiscuous, and this causes people to try to have that unconscious bias against you too. So this is why you have to combat that by presenting yourself away, presenting yourself feminine, because all of that, oh no, who you think I am? And ma'am, regular people, first of all, let's stop. Rich people, see, this is that broke melanated mentality. I wouldn't be seen in ma'am, you seen in Kanankalon. You're being seen in Kanankalon, ma'am. Because the way that she was saying, oh, my friends would have judged me. Ma'am, if your friends would judge you by going to sit down at a Cheesecake Factory, because a lot of people was in the comment section like, ma'am, you didn't even qualify really for the Applebee's, they were saying. So it's like women have to realize the way you present when you first meet a person, even if a person is off and she didn't want to go there. First of all, the dude said he waited outside her crib for an hour. I don't know why he didn't speed off then, because she was disrespectful from the go if you waited outside her house for an hour. That's number one, not being respectful of somebody's time. So she's already displaying these qualities that she has a nasty personality. And a lot of people is not going to put up with that. And I don't like women who feed into the attitudinal personality of melanated women, because there are beautiful melanated women where their beauty radiates from the inside out. Like, who had a video? Cardi B had a video. I was watching Miss Sheila Truelove. She showed the video of Cardi saying that a lot of females was trying to figure out how she got married to Offset. And, they was talking about how her looks and everything. And they didn't feel like she was a 10. And, her saying her teeth and stuff was crooked. But she felt like her husband was attracted to her personality. She felt like he liked what her personality brought to the table. And a lot of y'all women, like I said, y'all don't focus on y'all strengths. You don't have to be a bad bee to get a man, because like I said, a lot of these bad bees is single. They ran through and they single. And they trying to convince you operate like that. And this is why the girl on why the pretty girls versus plain Janes, why the plain Jane ones married? Because the plain Jane ones know how to act when they go out. And plain Jane don't even really mean like you look plain Jane. It's you know how to present yourself without being over the top and getting on people's nerves, without being an attitude like attitudinal, not replicating that perverse and diva attitude. Nobody wants to be around that. Not females, not men, nobody. People with nasty attitudes and toxic attitudes, nobody wants to be around them. They are vibe killers, buzz killers. Like, and it was just like, ma'am, you thought you was gonna go out with an Indian dude and he was gonna be somewhere spinning bread, like you was just, and it was like, where? You men, if they vibe with you and they really feeling you and they grow to really love you, then they will open up that pocketbook or that wallet, I should say. Well, some of them are running around, honey, with these pocketbooks, but let me be quiet. They'll open up that wallet. But thinking, and then the coffee girl who tried to say, oh, people that go on coffee dates and that's low standards, and it was like, ma'am, you was sitting there trying to get a dude who did not know you to take you out to a restaurant that was $200 and $300, and then saying, oh, if I have to spend $50 on my foundation. And then a lot of these women are putting on makeup and they're still not hitting. It's so crazy to me. It is so crazy to me. How do you put on makeup and still manage to look average? Is crazy to me. I don't believe in wearing makeup. Y'all know this on my channel because I feel like it's deception. But this, like I said, this false confidence is from Satan. This is why these girls finesse themselves with stupid games out of healthy relationships. All right, you don't want struggle love. Vet people properly. Struggle love don't mean that you can't, not wanting struggle love don't mean that you can't eat at Cheesecake Factory, ma'am. That you sound absurd. Now, if you saying that a dude took you on a date to try to play you, taking you to McDonald's, but like I said, only broke melanated people are highly concerned about names. Do you notice that? Billionaires and millionaires, they walking around with non-name brand clothes on. Kanye was talking about this. Non-name brand clothes on. Like when Kanye was going through that phase of like, yo, he didn't want to own a house and he didn't want to own a car. He wanted to cut down his expenses. I remember him talking about this. And he was taking Uber. Like, literally, like melanated people are always caught up in the stupidity of names. Oh, this is a chain restaurant. Man, what do your bank account look like? Because you expecting this, what do your bank account look like? Like, this is straight crazy. Probably spending money on additives like crazy. The nails, the what you call it, so giving tributes to them idol gods. Personality in the trash, garbage. And then can't really pair and connect with a dude because you can't even just be normal for a minute because you're somewhere trying to chase that image of the bad bee culture. You got to have that Birkin. You got to have this. You got to have this. And I'm a person, I have nice things. I'm in a 6-figure household. I have nice things. But I don't feel like I'm too good to go to Cheesecake Factory. That is absurd. I don't feel like I can't sit down and have a meeting with somebody over coffee. Because you never know where that meeting could land you. It's just you prioritizing that I'm not going to go out with any F-boys. I'm not like, sir, you asking the right questions. Getting counseling for yourself so that you can heal from the F-boys that, if we want to be honest, you done ran into or they done, something got you attitudinal that you tried to play this man on this first date. That's my thoughts on that, y'all. Y'all let me know in the comment section down below. Is it me or was she tripping about the Cheesecake Factory? Was Coffee Girl tripping? Because it's like you sitting there saying, oh, it's not safe for a woman to go out on a date. So I feel like I should at least, it should be worth it to spend $200 and $300 at a restaurant. And it's like, If a person is a nutcase, you rather, number one, not take your car, go to a coffee date so you could vibe, you could check their vibe in the first couple of minutes. And if they're off, you could get up out of the coffee shop. Like, literally. And not to mention, like, a dude is not spending that type of money on you, so where he's not expecting no play after that. Because if a dude is spending that type of money on a first date, he's expecting play after that. And a lot of y'all just want to order oysters and not really want to be bothered with these dudes. Let's just be honest with you. And these are the type of bummy females that make it viral online and make it so that melanated women continue to be characters online. My sisters, leave it in the comment section below. Do y'all feel what I'm saying? Like, I felt like it was absurd. And I feel like we gotta stop lying to people. Right? Like, it's just like, I have never in my life felt like, oh, I look all that, or I feel all that. My confidence, my inner confidence comes from the Most High. And I feel like he took me out of that vain lifestyle to show me that. Because those women who you see with all of that on and they act a certain way, they're really not confident. Because let them not be able to get that stuff tomorrow. Are they going to be really walking around swaying like they possessed? Are they going to be walking around like they're not. They're not. Because they're going to have to present them after not dealing with them for a long time. Those are my thoughts, y'all.